Now there's another story coming out of this game, and it is the special whistle, or lack thereof, that A'ja Wilson is getting. And this isn't the first.
A new storyline is emerging from the Aces. Fever matchup, centered on the special whistle many fans believe A'ja Wilson receives from referees. This game added more fuel to that debate. Wilson, the reigning MVP, looked less like a composed superstar and more like a player growing increasingly frustrated as Vegas continues to slump. The breaking point came during a physical sequence with Leah Boston, where Wilson wrapped her arms around Boston from behind. Yet officials ruled it a jump ball instead of a clear foul. It was the kind of moment that sparked widespread discussion across the league.
Right here was so egregious, man. I just wanted to point it out. I had to point it out, dog. There was no way, all right, that you can't tell me that the A'ja Wilson whistle isn't a thing. I remember this specific moment, right, where Leah Boston was backing down, trying to put the ball back up, and A'ja Wilson gets a jump ball after wrapping her arms clearly around from the back.
This controversy hit at a moment when Las Vegas desperately needed stability. The Aces, long considered the standard of the WNBA, have sputtered this season while the upstart Indiana Fever have surged. Despite missing Caitlin Clark, Wilson's visible frustration has only amplified Vegas' struggles. Meanwhile, Indiana's confidence is rising as players like Kelsey Mitchell continue to step up, proving themselves in high-pressure moments.
But the Aces looking a little long in the tooth there in Vegas. That team, that core, just kind of sputtering at this point in time, slow-footed, and that's where I thought that the Fever could take advantage of the Aces, and they did, and Indiana moved quickly. They moved with purpose. They get another big game from Kelsey Mitchell in this one, who continues to just prove that she is a baller, a hooper, and a bona fide.
Indiana's dominance over Las Vegas is one of the most surprising developments of the season. On July 3rd, the Fever crushed the defending champions 81-54, snapping a 16-game losing streak to the Aces. Aaliyah Boston controlled the matchup, outplaying Wilson on both ends regardless of what the box score suggested. And just 3 weeks later, Indiana beat Vegas again 80-70, securing the season series despite Clark being sidelined.
She completely outplayed A'ja Wilson. And if she just made a couple of those bunnies, this wouldn't have been a close game.
Even Wilson's individual scoring hasn't been enough. In the first blowout loss, she dropped 29 efficient points, yet her teammates combined to shoot only 16%, and no one else reached more than 6 points. Indiana, missing their best player, rallied behind Natasha Howard's explosive third-quarter performance and proved they could put up 20-plus point quarters without Clark. The Aces, by contrast, looked overly dependent on Wilson.
Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson, and walk away with a W, 80-70. That player right there, Natasha Howard, she came alive in the third quarter, dropping 11 points in the third quarter, giving us the lead, a 27-point third quarter without Caitlin Clark. Who would have thought this team can score over 20 points in a quarter without Caitlin?
Wilson's frustration has been noticeable. She has repeatedly argued with officials, reacted sarcastically to calls, and behaved like the central figure of every whistle. But her protests haven't changed Vegas' fortunes. The Aces continued losing, and Wilson's visible agitation has drawn more attention than her scoring totals.
The WNBA referees look at A'ja Wilson literally mugging somebody, literally reenacting the now infamous Coldplay concert hug heard around the world that had 9 million memes made about it over the last week, when she's literally remaking that on the court by just mugging Aaliyah Boston. Oh, shit. Them WNBA referees turn into Ray Charles. They swallow their damn whistle.
The controversial play with Aaliyah Boston on July 24th became the centerpiece of fan outrage. Boston secured the ball in the post, only for Wilson to clamp down from behind, locking Boston's arms for nearly 10 seconds. When the whistle blew, the officials ruled it a jump ball, despite the clear over-the-back contact. Boston's immediate protest and the broadcast commentary underscored how surprising the call was. Wilson's smirk afterward only intensified the perception that she benefits from favorable officiating.
Asia was terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. I don't care that she had 20 points. The fakest 20 points ever. She was terrible. She was absolutely terrible.
Indiana fans quickly pointed out that this wasn't an isolated incident. Similar plays occurred in previous Fever Aces matchups, including one involving Lexi Hull on July 4th, where Wilson again came over back and again received a jump ball instead of a foul. The term Io Wilson whistle began resurfacing across social media, prompting renewed debate about inconsistent officiating and whether certain stars receive preferential treatment.
Wilson, she gets the left hand on the ball, right? Slaps down, get her hand on the ball. Okay, cool. Still got it. Now, right here, watch this right hand now. Look at this right hand, y'all. Right hand grabs her. Okay? Right hand grabs her. She knows she cheated. Look, she's smiling. She knows she cheated, y'all.
The irony grows deeper considering their earlier June matchup, when Wilson accused Boston of flopping. She told Boston she sold the call after a whistle went against her. Fast forward a month, and Wilson was the one delivering excessive physicality. The roles reversed, and observers widely agreed the dirty play came from Wilson, not Boston.
Let somebody even breathe on Asia Wilson. I don't. I can't whistle. You get the point. I mean, they're hitting a buzzer. The pressure luck buzzer. The whammy starts coming out. All right, the whammies start coming out. Because Asia Wilson going to the free throw line. She going to the free throw line. That's all there is.
Wilson's outburst didn't stop there. The very next day against Minnesota, she shoved Kayla McBride to the floor after a brief tangle. What could have been flagged as a flagrant foul was instead ruled a common foul, surprising Lynx fans and raising further questions about consistency. These moments have contributed to a growing perception that Wilson is developing a reputation for unnecessary physicality.
Smiling at it. Look. Just a grinning. Look at this. What in the world's going on, man? Wrapping around her, hugging her. She knows she cheating. Look. And getting away with murder, bro. Diabolical work. Look at this. Hugging her. She is hugging her, fam. Oh, my goodness. What? Hey, Ref. At this point, man, she need to take her out to dinner, man. Take her out to dinner at this point, Ref. What's going on?
Meanwhile, the Fever continue competing without Caitlin Clark, who remains sidelined by a groin injury. Yet, even injured, Clark has shown fiery leadership from the bench. During a win over Connecticut, she had to be physically held back by assistant coach Brienne January after arguing with a referee. Her passion, even off the court, has become a defining presence of the team and a reminder of how much she elevates Indiana when healthy.